So in this experiment, we are going to determine the natural frequency of damped torsional vibration. So to understand what is damped torsional vibration, okay, so we have a support here, which is rigid support, okay, to which a thin shaft is fixed. So to the shaft is a rotor, rotating disc which is fixed. So you just twist the shaft. Okay, when you twist the shaft will generate a reverse torque. So it will try to restore. So just give some angular displacement. So twist the shaft so that the rotor disc dipped in oil. So this oil gives the damping effect. If you are doing the same experiment in air, then it is undamped. If you are using oil or any other liquid to reduce the amplitude of the vibration, then it is damped system. Okay. So once you give the twist, because of the reaction torque, the rotor moves about the axis. So to and fro about this axis. So that is the basic. So the basic apparatus which is required for the experiment is the rotor disc. We have the rotor disc here, and we have the oil reservoir, that is the container containing the oil. Then we have a shaft. So then we need a sheet of paper. So a sheet of paper is fixed here. Okay, so this drum keeps on rotating and it is having a pen or marker. So once you give the twisting motion, the amplitude is recorded. The amplitude keeps on decreasing because of the damping effect given by the oil in the drum. Okay, so some of the observations what we are going to make here is the diameter of the rotor, that is the rotor disc, is capital D is equal to 0.25 meter. Coming to mass of the rotor, it is 8.55 kg. The diameter of the shaft is 0.004 meter. Then coming to the shaft material, modulus of rigidity is given by 0.86 into 10 power 11 Newton per mm square. The length of the shaft may be varied. Okay, so once you keep the length of the shaft constant, all these parameters are found. So coming to the tabular column. So what we are doing is, first we are fixing the length of the shaft for a particular reading. So once we fix the length of the shaft, we are calculating the torsional stiffness of the shaft. So how do you calculate the torsional stiffness? Torsional stiffness is Kt, it is given by Gj by L, where G is modulus of rigidity, already given for the given material, shaft material. J is nothing but pi by 32 d power 4, that is the shaft diameter. So this is shaft diameter. Then is the L is length of the shaft. So once we substitute, we get kg, torsional stiffness. It is in Newton mm per radian. Then we have the theoretical time period, experimental time period, which has to be noted down by calculating the time taken with the help of stopwatch, time taken for n oscillations. Then we have the theoretical natural frequency, experimental natural frequency, which are calculated by the formulas given here. So the first and foremost parameter we are going to calculate is I. I stands for moment of inertia of the disc. So it is nothing but mr square. It is mass of the disc into radius square. Okay, that is the unit becomes kg meter square. Then comes the theoretical time period, which is given by 2 pi root of I by kt. So kt is already calculated here. Just substitute that. I is already here. Then we have Fn experimental, which is given by 1 by time period. Omega n is natural frequency of the system, is nothing but 2 pi Fn, radians per second or hertz. So then we have this graph. So from this graph we get a parameter called delta or logarithmic decrement. So logarithmic decrement is defined as natural log of successive amplitudes. It may be x1 divided by x2, that is log of x1 divided by x2, or x2 divided by x3, or x3 divided by x4. Any two successive amplitudes can be taken to find the logarithmic decrement, that is given by delta. So delta is natural log of x1 by x2. So then we have zeta, that is the damping ratio, that is given by delta divided by 4 pi square plus delta square. So already we have delta here, the logarithmic decrement. We are substituting here. Then we have the damped frequency, which is given by 1 minus zeta square into omega n, that is the natural frequency, radian per second, in Fd. So Fd can be calculated by omega d by 2 pi in hertz. So then we have critical damping coefficient, which is given by Cc is equal to 2m omega n. Then we have the damping coefficient, which is given by Cc, which is already found here, into zeta. Then finally we will calculate the theoretical frequency by 1 by theoretical time period. It is given in hertz. Now we will go and see the experiment. Dear students, so this is the experimental setup for damped torsional vibration single degree of freedom rotor system. So this is the frame to which, so this is the chuck in which the shaft is, round thin shaft is fixed. Okay. So this is the rotor. So you have the rotor here which is dipped in oil. So you can see it. So this is dipped in oil which gives the damping effect. You can see the oil here, okay, which is giving the damping effect. So what I do is I just tend to twist the shaft. I am twisting it, so it starts oscillating. So once we should always place a piece of paper which will note down the amplitude variation. Okay. Now I am going to do it. So here on the sheet of paper, so we are having the amplitude which is gradually decreasing due to the damping provided by the oil. So any two successive amplitudes is taken for the calculation of logarithmic decrement, and all the further calculations are done. So you can mark this as x1, the first amplitude, x2, x3, x4. So it keeps on going xy, xx, x. So up to n cycles, then it will go to 0. Thank you.